Welcome everybody. This is the inaugural episode 1 of our new series called Building the Brand. And if you're new here, my name is Seth Silvers and I own a small marketing company in Fort Collins, Colorado called Story On. And I'll be honest, this series and the idea of what we're going to be doing every week completely terrifies me. We're wanting to invite you into our story of growing Story On into a successful business. The reason that's nerve-wracking is because it's just not done with transparency often, and I feel like the online marketing industry needs transparency. Part of the problem is that, with social media, with the internet, it's hard to know who's actually telling the truth and who's not. And so what we want to do with this series called Building the Brand is we just want to invite you into struggles and challenges that we're facing every single week and kind of show you how are we making decisions to actually grow this business. And for us, this is kind of a way of accountability. You'll probably meet Lori, who's behind the camera. And as our team grows, you'll meet our team, and it'll be really fun for us because we'll be sharing revenue numbers with you every month. We'll be actually talking about how much money we're making or how much money we're not making. We'll be talking about how many leads we're getting. Are we getting enough views on our videos and podcasts? And are we converting leads into customers? And if we're not, then that shows something that's wrong and that shows areas for improvement. I encourage you, if you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. But I really want this to be an invitation into this weekly series called Building the Brand. Let's get started on episode 1 of Building the Brand, where we're inviting you into our journey of building and growing Story On. My question for this week is something that I've been struggling with and thinking about, trying to figure out the right answer for a couple weeks now, and that is, do you need an office space? This video is being recorded. We just moved into this office this week, and it's rather barren and there's boxes around and stuff, and you'll be getting to know our office space better and better. But we came to the conclusion that we felt like moving into this office space would be a good move for us to help get Story On to where we want it to be. But for the first 3 years of Story On, that's not how it was. I was working from co-working spaces and my basement and coffee shops, and I loved it. It's amazing that I was able to run a business and build a business and serve clients and get clients completely remotely on the go. And there's so many people out there that they dream of building a remote business. For us, and really as I've been figuring this out and figuring out what's best for us, I've realized I don't want to have a 100% remote business. And so that influenced some of the decisions of why we want this office space. So really at the end of the day, there's kind of 3 reasons that I think this office space is going to actually be a really good fit for us. And as I'm talking about these, I encourage you to think about kind of that journey for you. If you're a business owner trying to figure out if an office space is something you need or you don't need, there's no right answer. Today we're sharing the answer for us, but we might realize in 6 months that we did it wrong and that we don't need an office space. We don't really know, but we're excited to be here and we're really stoked for what this space will hold. The first reason that I feel like this office space is a good move for us is because I really want a professional space that I can step into each day for work. I know I think about my brain often. I think about how our brains respond to stories and respond to things throughout our day. It's really important that there's a separation between work life and personal life. I love my work, and so I don't mind working at home, but there's something about having a space that when I come through that door over there, like it's on, like I'm professional, I'm here to get something accomplished, and my brain knows that, my body knows that when I'm in here, it's not just to screw around, it's not just to scroll through Facebook, it's actually to get work done. And I want that for our team as it grows. I want that for Lori, for our video editor. I want us to feel like we have a space to come to get focused work done. And so that's one thing that's just really important. We pay $900 for this office. I don't know if that's a lot or a little. It's a little bit less than what we were paying before, and so that's great. But a lot of people would say, wow, is $900 a month worth having a professional workspace? I think that it is. And I think that us having a dedicated space to come to is really, really important. The next reason that we wanted to move into this space is because a big part of our business model is creating content. Another reason that we wanted to move into this office space and that we loved it is because we want to be able to produce our own content in our own space and not really have to coordinate with other studios or other places to film a bunch of content or podcasts or videos, whatever it might be. That's kind of part of our business model, and you'll see over the next few months as we start producing more series like this and more podcasts. And speed is super important in marketing. So it was really important that we could save on time from scheduling studios and paying hourly to record in someone else's studio, or even with our clients, being able to bring them into a place where we can record content with them or we can have meetings with them. It saved us a lot of time. And before we were in an office space last fall, it was like I was paying for a podcast studio and then we were renting a video studio and all of this stuff. And so we were spending almost as much as we ended up spending to get our own office just in renting other offices from other people. So because we're creating a lot of content, having an office space really made sense so that we could do stuff like this easily. We can just set up quick, we have it ready to go, and that was really important for us. The third reason that I think this office space is great is kind of intangible, but it's a sense of longevity. This is really for the team, for Story On as it grows, and also for our clients. I want our clients to be able to come into an office and not wonder if we're gonna be around a couple years from now. And I want, as I grow a team, for our employees to come in and not wonder if Story On's gonna be around a couple years from now. I want them to see that yes, we have goals that we want to achieve, but also that we're willing to put steps out, like we're actually willing to act on those goals and do things that are positioning us to do those. I don't just want to be sitting in the corner of a coffee shop dreaming of a big office one day that has a bunch of creatives and where we're telling great stories. I want to be piece by piece, step by step, moving in that direction. So us being here communicates to our team and to our clients and even to the people around us, the other people in the building, that we're making moves to be here for a while, where this is not just a quick thing. And so those are some of the reasons that we chose that this office makes sense and that having an office for us makes sense. You might have noticed that all of those reasons come back to values that we have. And so with you, I encourage you to not just see this and then realize, oh, I need to go find an office for $900 a month. I'm sure there's also some people that are watching this that pay a lot more than $900 a month and you wish you could have a $900 a month office. But what I encourage you is look at your values, look at what's important to you and your workspace and your team, and figure out if an office might be another step. Because I know when we made the shift last spring from co-working to the office that we just moved out of, that first day in that office, it was like incredible. We got so much done and I felt so focused, like having my own space. It was amazing. And it's kind of the same thing as we move into an upgraded office. And so make the decision that is right for you. I appreciate you guys watching this episode of Behind the Brand. We're really excited to be bringing these to you every single week. Next week, I want to make sure you come back for our next episode of Building the Brand. We're going to talk about why it's taken us 4 years to get a brand story of our own, like to actually make our own video, even though we've done it for other clients. I'm going to talk about what the process of us creating our own brand story video is like, and we're going to kind of let you see into that process. So we'll see you next week. I hope you have a wonderful day.